Hey everyone, I'm Dave. Today we're going to be talking about cleaning and disinfecting tools in today's modern age of viruses. So we'll be discussing a couple different methods of cleaning your tools to try to deal with viruses, especially with tools that are used by several people. Obviously the best method is by checking your health authority to see what they recommend. One way is take a bleach compound and we can actually just wipe down, staying away from switches, staying away from even metal parts. Try to wipe down all the plastic that we can. Try to wipe especially around switches, any place that's commonly grabbed, handles, around the battery case, and of course removing the battery, cleaning the battery itself, stem of the battery, and anywhere hands can typically go. The good thing about bleach, of course, is it also helps take away some of the dirt that's on it. Of course, one of the bad falls and one of the pitfalls of bleach is I don't like myself using bleach around electronics or necessarily around steel, just because it sort of helps with the rust dent. Another approach then, of course, everything has its trade-offs, is using the famous wet wipes. Wet wipes are great because again, you're dealing with a little less liquid, a little less water. Grid for scrubbing down some of that plastic, scrubbing around, and as you can see, I'm already starting to take some dirt off. Scrubbing around some of the common areas. And again, the same idea goes. I try to stay away from metal. I try to stay away from electrical contacts. Try not to get any kind of moisture into the switches. It's just one of those trade-offs that you're using by going that route. The third method, which is the method I actually use pretty well almost entirely, and again, it has its trade-offs. It's not going to kill everything 100%, but it allows me to spray down the tools quickly, it allows me to spray down the tools frequently, and it allows me to do it rather inexpensively. I spray down literally hundreds of tools a month in the workplace, and all I'm using is a relatively cheap pressurized sprayer. I'm filling it up with isopropyl alcohol, and with the isopropyl I have no concerns whatsoever spraying metal, spraying even into the motor, spraying around switches. I'm using an extremely high percentage. I'm using a 99%. With the 99%, there's no water residue. It's not as effective as using something like 70%, merely because it will not stay on the tool as long, so it has less time on the tool to do the killing of the viruses. But this is where we talk about the trade-off. I can spray it with something that will stay on the tool a little longer, or maybe something a little better, but then I have to go through all the effort of wiping down all the metal, being careful around switches and so on. In the workplace, most people don't have that kind of time. This allows me to do something really quick where I can grab each tool and literally just hose it right down with a high percentage. Within a few seconds that'll be dry. Now I've been doing this since the beginning of the virus, and I've yet to ever have a single tool rust. And long before this, I've been using the high percentage of rubbing alcohol for electronics. It's commonly used there as a cleaner on the boards, merely because it does dry completely, there is no residue, and it doesn't affect electronics. So this is a great way of doing a quick clean down. It's never going to be 100% dealing with viruses, but it is a risk reduction. So when cleaning the tools, of course, every single manufacturer uses a lot of different types of plastics, different types of rubbers, different metals, and so on. It's always best, obviously, to check with the manufacturer to see if they have any products that they would recommend not using. Some may recommend not using bleach. I do find bleach is very hard on plastic. Some may even recommend not using isopropyl. It varies, and of course, if you can't find from the manufacturer what you can't use, then you have to make your own debate as to what's more important, your health or the tool. Personally, I choose the health, and I'll choose a product that I find will work quick, get the product done quick, and give me a best risk reduction I can for bang for the buck. So thanks for watching your video today. Hopefully you found it helpful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. As always, the best recommendation is to check with your local health authority to see what the current procedures are and what the best recommended practices are when dealing with cleaning.